So hi children, today we are going to discuss about the first unit, that is plant kingdom. So in this first unit we are going to learn about the lesson plant kingdom. Plant kingdom. So today we are going to discuss about this lesson, that is plant kingdom. So this is the lesson today we are going to discuss. So children, we will observe different types of plants around us. So we will observe daily so many types of plants around us and different types of plants around us. So some plants are big and some plants are small, and some plants are tall and some plants are shorter, and some plants are strong and some plants are weak. And we will also different types of plants growing in different types of regions. That means some plants will be seen in hill areas and some other plants will be seen in plain areas, and we will observe different plants in ice cold regions, that is Himalayas, Arctic, Antarctic areas in our world. And some plants are observed in desert areas. So depending upon the region, we will observe different types of plants. And the plants observing in deserts are different to the plants which are growing in plains. And the plants growing in plain areas are different to the plants which are growing near water areas. And the plants growing in water areas are different to the plants growing in hill areas. So just like the human beings are different in different regions. That means the people like different in Americans and Indians. So if we observe Americans, so they are look different to Indians, like in color and their hair color, like that. And also the Africans are look like different to the Indians. So in this way, like people are different in different regions, in the same way the plants are also different in different regions. So the living beings on this earth are divided into two types. So generally the living things. So living things means the things which have life. The things which have life are called living things. And these living things are divided into two types. So these living things are divided into two types, and one are animals. So the first type is animals and the second type is plants. So these are the two types of living things. So the first one is animals and the second one is plants. So animals means we will observe different types of animals, and human beings also belongs to these animals. So now our lesson is about plants. So our lesson is about plants. So you have observed different types of plants. So what are the uses of plants? So many uses about plants. For example, plants gives food to the animals, that is to human beings, different types of fruits, and they are giving vegetables, so and food also. So plants gives food, and also they give furniture, that means wood. So the plant gives food for eating and they give wood for making furniture. So with the help of this wood, we will make furnitures like benches, chairs, tables, beds, and so many types of articles can be made with the help of wood. And also plants give beautiful flowers, and some plants gives beautiful leaves. So each and every part of the plants is useful to mankind. So the flowers also used by the human beings. Their fruits taken as food, and its wood. The wood is taken is used for making different types of furniture. So there are so many uses regarding these plants. So that's why plants are very important in our life. So if there is no plants, then there is no human beings on the earth, because we are getting food from the plants. We are depending upon the plants every day. So if there are no plants on this earth, so we cannot get food, and we cannot build houses also. So in some places the houses are built with wood, like in China, Japan like countries. So the plants are giving food, shelter, and also clothes. So different types of plants producing different types of fibers. That means cotton is getting from cotton plants, and also silk and wool. So like this cotton is made, is used for making different types of clothes. So plants are giving food and shelter and clothes. So that means the primary needs of human beings are satisfied by these plants. So that's why plants are very important in our human life. So without plants, there are no human beings and there are no animals on this earth. So there are so many uses of the plants. So let us see about the plant and what are the parts in the plants. So let us see a picture. So here is a picture you are seeing on the screen. So the picture is showing a plant. So children, carefully observe a plant. So the plant produces, that means the plant gives flowers. So these are flowers. And also they gives fruits. And plants contains leaves. So this plants has also stem. So this is called stem. And the stem has branches. So these are branches. And at the bottom, that means the bottom part of the plant contains roots, which is underground, it cannot be seen. So these are the parts of the plant. So flowers, fruits, leaves, branches, stem, and roots. So these are the important parts of the plant, and every part of the plant is useful to mankind and also animals. So children, up to now we have discussed about plants and the uses of the plants and parts of the plants. Now we will discuss about types of plants. So what are the different types of plants? So types of plants. So we have already discussed that the plants are different. So different plants are looking around us. So and there are different plants throughout the world. So based upon this, so some plants are big, some plants are small, and some plants are long and some plants are short. So based upon the size of the plants, so based upon the size and shape, so based upon the size, shape and their lifespan. So based upon the size, shape and the lifespan, the plants are divided into 5 types. The plants are divided into 5 types. So let us see the 5 types of the plants. So have a look about 5 types of the plants. So the first type is trees. So the first type of plants are trees. And the second type is shrubs. Shrubs. The third type is herbs. heads. And fourth one is climbers. Climbers. And fifth one is creepers. So these are the 5 types of the plants which are classified on the basis of their size and their lifespan and their shape, and also depending upon their stem. So depending upon their size, stem and lifespan, the plants are classified into these 5 types. So first one is trees, second one is shrubs, third one is hedge, fourth one is climbers, and the fifth one is creepers. So let us discuss in detail about each type of plant. So have a look about first trees. So what are trees and what are the examples for the trees? So what are the different types of trees? So have a look about trees. Let us discuss in detail about the trees. So okay, first type is trees. Trees. So what are trees? The plants which are in large size are called trees. The plants which are in large size, that means the big plants are called trees. So the plants which are in larger size, that means the plants which are the big plants are called trees. And these plants have a lot of leaves and a lot of branches. So these trees have a lot of leaves and a lot of branches. And the stem of these plants is very thick and very strong. So the stem of these plants is very thick and strong and woody. So that's why this stem is called trunk. The stem is called trunk. So the examples for the trees are, so let us see some examples for trees. So the examples are, the first example is mango tree. So mango tree. So let us see the picture of mango tree. So have a look about it. So this is a mango tree. So if you observe mango tree, so there are a lot of leaves and a lot of branches, and it is in bigger size. And observe its stem. So its stem is very thick, strong and woody. So that big stem, that thick stem is called trunk. And also the stem has so many branches. So these plants have so many branches and so many leaves and so many fruits, leaves like that. So this is about mango tree. And see the next example, banyan tree. So banyan tree. So look at the picture. This is a banyan tree. So what is it? A banyan tree. It is also called a national tree of India. And if you look at the banyan tree, it has also large number of leaves, large number of branches, and it has a thick, a strong woody stem, and it is called trunk. And this banyan tree can also be observed all over the India, and especially observe this banyan tree by roadside and in villages, and it produces a lot of shadow. That means it protects the people from the hot sun during summer seasons, and it is a source of shadow. And also it produces a large quantity of oxygen. So this is banyan tree, and it is example for tree. And the third example is peepal tree. Peepal tree. So this is also example for tree. So it has a lot of branches, a lot of leaves, and it has a thick, a strong trunk. And this peepal tree can also be observed in villages by roadside and especially in temples. And this plant can be treated as a sacred tree, and because it has an importance in our Hindu mythology. So peepal tree is also example for trees. And another example for trees is the neem tree. Neem tree. So look at this picture. This is the neem tree. And another example for trees is gulmohar tree. So look at the picture. So this is a gulmohar tree, a very beautiful tree having a red colored flowers. So you are looking in, especially in gardens or parks. So this is a gulmohar tree. So these are the some examples for trees, and all these are looking big plants. That's why these are called trees. They have a lot of branches, a lot of leaves, and a strong trunk, and it has a very big like structure. So this is about trees. Children, so up to now we have discussed about the trees which have branches, and there are also some other trees which does not have branches. So in trees, some trees may have branches and some trees may not have branches. So the trees having branches are mango tree, banyan tree, peepal tree, neem tree, gulmohar tree, etc. These type of trees have a lot of branches. And some type of trees does not have branches, and examples for that type of trees are coconut tree. Coconut tree. So look at the picture. This is a coconut tree, and these trees you are observing daily in your villages, at your house or at your school. So this is a coconut tree. So if you observe the coconut tree, it has only a long strong trunk, and it does not have any branches. So it has some branches and a few branches at the top of the tree, and the stem does not contain any branches. That means its trunk does not contain any branches. So the example for the tree which does not have branches is, these are the examples for the plants, trees does not having branches. And these trees can be live up to thousands of years. So trees, the lifespan of trees is very large. That means some trees can be grown and some trees can be live up to 1,000 years. For example, if you consider a banyan tree or a peepal tree, their lifespan is thousands of years. So in our India, there is an old great banyan tree which is situated in Kolkata garden. So these plants have a large span. These trees have a very large span. That means up to thousands of years they can live. So this is about trees. Now let us have a look about shrubs. That is the second type of plants, that is shrubs. So shrubs are the plants which are in small size. That is a small plants. So the small plants are called shrubs. That means the medium size plants. That means not large, big, and not very small. These are the medium size plants. So the small plants are called shrubs. They are looking in medium size, that is not too large, not too small. So they are looking in medium size. So that's why the small plants are called shrubs. And this size of the shrubs is less than trees. The size of these shrubs is less than trees. So the plants which are in size less than trees is called shrubs. That means the small plants are called shrubs. So we can simply say the small plants are called shrubs. And these shrubs have also stem, but the stem is very thin. So not thick like trees. In trees the stem is very thick and strong, but in shrubs the stem is thin but strong. So the stem of the shrubs is thin, narrow, but it is very strong. And the shrubs, the lifespan of the shrubs is up to few years. So up to few years. That means these shrubs can be grown up to few years. But not like trees, they cannot live up to thousands years, hundreds of years. So these shrubs can be live up to a few years, that is up to 1 year or 2 years or 5 years like that. But they cannot live up to thousands and hundreds of years like trees. So this is about shrubs. So shrubs are small plants which are in less size that of trees. And the stem of the shrubs is thin but very strong, not weak. And these shrubs can be live up to few years. That means the lifespan of shrubs is up to few years, that is 1 or 2 years or 3 years or 5 years. So let us see some examples for shrubs. So let us see examples for shrubs. So the example for the shrubs is, so all of you know, so look at the picture. So can you identify this picture? So what is it? Yes, it is rose plant. So rose plant is a shrub. So these shrubs does not contain a lot of trees, lot of branches like trees. So these shrubs contain less branches and less leaves. So if you observe the rose plant, it has a less number of branches and less leaves. And if you observe the stem of this plant, its stem is very narrow and thin, but it is very strong. Whereas in trees, the stem is very large, thick and strong. That's why the stem is called trunk in trees. But whereas in shrubs, the stem is thin and strong. So the second example for the shrubs is, so the second example is cotton plant. So look at the picture. So cotton plant is also belongs to shrubs category. So it has also a lot of less number of branches, less leaves and a thin strong stem. And another example is, so rose plant, cotton plant. So the next example is jasmine. So look at the picture, jasmine plant. Very beautiful and fragrant flowers. So jasmine plant is also an example for shrubs. And the next example is tulasi. So look at the picture. This is called tulasi plant. So these plants are kept in every home. Almost all the people kept this plant in front of their front gate, because it can be treated as a symbol of so that means it is a symbol of a sacred plant. So it can be treated as a sacred plant. That's why it is placed before the entrance. So that is, it is placed at the entrance of every house, and it has also a speciality. It produces oxygen, and it can purify the air around it, and it will kill some insects, and it cures infections. So this tulsi has a medicinal plant, so it has so many medicinal values. So its leaves are very useful. If you eat the leaves of tulsi, it will cure the throat infections. So thus like this tulsi has so many medicinal values. It has very importance in medicinal field, and it produces pure oxygen. So it kills the germs around it. So that's why this plant is placed in front of the main gate in every house. And so the tulsi is as an example for shrubs. And next example is pomegranate. Look at the picture. So pomegranate is also a shrub. And bougainvillea. Next example is bougainvillea. Look at the picture. So this is a bougainvillea. And next example for shrubs is and henna. Henna plant, also called mehendi. So its leaves are crushed into a paste, and this paste will be placed on fingers and hands. That means palms during celebrations, during the marriage times, that functions time. We will place this paste, the henna paste, to our palms and feet. And the next example for shrubs is cherry. So cherry plant is also an example for shrubs. So these are some examples for shrubs. So first one is rose plant, cotton plant, jasmine plant, and pomegranate, and fourth one is henna, and fifth one is bougainvillea, and the sixth example is cherry. So these are the plants examples for shrubs. So this is about shrubs. So have a look once again. Shrubs are small plants, that is medium plants. So their size is less than trees, and they have stem, a thin stem and strong stem. They can live up to few years. And these are the examples: rose plant, cotton plant, jasmine plant, pomegranate, henna, bougainvillea, cherry, etc. are the examples for these shrubs. So children, now discuss in detail about the third type of plants. So the third type of plants, so what are those? The third type of plant is herbs. Herbs. The third type of plants is herbs. So these are very small plants. So that means these are very, very small trees and looking very small in size. So these are looking very small in size. That's why those very small plants are called herbs. Very small plants are called herbs, and this is the size of the herbs is less than the size of shrubs. So their size is less than the size of shrubs. So herbs are very small plants, and their size is less than the size of shrubs. And the stem of the herbs is very thin. That means very weak. So very thin stem and very weak stem, and it is in green color. So the stem of the herbs is very thin, and they are in green color, and the stem is weak. So herbs have very thin and weak stem. It is in green color. Okay. The lifespan of herbs is up to a few months. So the herbs can grow up to few months, and not like years, like shrubs and trees. So these herbs can grow up to few months. So shrubs can live up to few years and trees can grow up to hundreds of years, whereas herbs can live up to few months. That is 2 months or 1 month or 6 months. So this is the lifespan of herbs. The lifespan of herbs is very less, that is up to few months. So that's why these herbs are called seasonal plants. So these herbs are called seasonal plants. So because these plants will grow in particular season. So they can grow in a particular season. That's why these herbs are also called seasonal plants. So these are the herbs. This is about herbs. So look at it once again. So the herbs are very small plants. And their size is smaller than the size of shrubs, and their stem is very thin and weak, and it is present in green color. So they have a green color stem, but the stem is very thin and weak, and they can live up to few months only. So whereas shrubs and trees can live up to years, but herbs can live up to few months. And these are also called seasonal plants because these herbs can grow in a particular season only. That's why these herbs are called seasonal plants. And also these herbs have branches very nearer to the ground and they grow just like bushes. So because the herbs have branches very nearer to the ground and it develops its branches close to the ground, that's why the shape of the herbs look like a bush. So the herbs are also called bushy plants because they are looking in like a bush. So this is about herbs. Now look some example for the herbs. So what are the examples for the herbs? So look at the examples. The examples are so the first example is, so let us see the examples about for herbs. Let us see the examples for herbs. The first example is wheat, and the second one is rice. So look at the pictures of the plants belongs to herbs. And the third one is maize. And next example for herbs is spinach. And the next example is coriander. So coriander. So the coriander leaves are used in curries for having a spicy taste like that. So coriander. And another examples are mint. So mint is also an example for herbs. And mustard. So mustard plant is also example for herbs. And the next example is radish. So radish is also an example for herbs. And the next example, sunflower. So all of you know about sunflower. So the sunflower is also belongs to herbs. And the 10th one is, so the 10th example is ginger. So ginger plant is also belongs to herbs. And the next example is tomato. So tomato. So these are the examples for the plants herbs. So if you observe the pictures, all these plants have weak stem and the stem is present in green color. And if you observe the examples, So we can conclude that most of the vegetables, so most of the vegetables, that is wheat, rice, maize, spinach, coriander, mint, mustard, radish, sunflower, ginger, tomato. So these are the vegetables. So that means most of the vegetable plants are belongs to herbs. So we are getting the vegetable, that we are getting the food from vegetables. So all the vegetable plants are examples for herbs. So this is about herbs. So there are so many examples, and these are some examples for the herbs. And if all of you know about banana tree, we can think that banana tree is a shrub, but the banana is also an example for herbs. So banana is also an example for herbs. So these are some examples for herbs. So this is about herbs. Children, so this is about three types of plants. So that is, so we have discussed about, up to now we have discussed up to trees and shrubs and herbs. So these are the three types of plants up to now we have discussed. Remaining two types of trees plants are there. They are climbers and creepers. So up to now we have discussed these three types of plants. So first one is trees, and second one is shrubs, and third one is herbs. So let us recall the main points about these three types of plants in a single page. So let us have a look about the main points. So what are the main important points we have to remember about these three types of plants? So first of all, trees. So trees means they are big plants if you consider size. So according to size, trees have big size. So the big size plants are trees. And small plants are called shrubs. And very small plants are called herbs. Very small plants are called herbs. So this is the classification based on their size. So big size plants are called trees, small plants are called shrubs, and very small plants are called herbs. So that means the size of shrubs is less than trees, and the size of herbs is less than shrubs. This is nothing but the descending order of the sizes. Next, the stem. So according to stem, so if you take stem, the stem of trees is very strong and thick. And if you consider the stem of the shrubs is thin and strong. And if you consider the stem of the herbs is also thin and weak. And it is present in green color. So this is about the classification based on their stem. So for the trees, the stem is strong and thick. That's why it is called trunk. The stem of the trees is also called as a trunk. And whereas the stem of the shrubs is thin but it is strong. Whereas the stem of the herbs is weak, thin and present in green color. Next, the lifespan. So the lifespan of trees is hundreds of years, up to hundreds of years, like banyan tree, maple tree, they can be live up to hundreds of years. So whereas the lifespan of shrubs is up to a few years, that means 2 years, 3 years or 5 years. Whereas the lifespan of the herbs is, the herbs can live up to few months. So herbs can live up to few months only. That's why these are called seasonal plants. because they will grow in a particular season. That's why the herbs are also called seasonal plants. And let us see the examples. So the examples for the trees are banyan tree and mango tree, etc. These are the examples for trees. And examples for the shrubs are, if you take rose plant, so rose plant and jasmine plant, that means some flower plants are examples for the shrubs. And if we consider the examples for the herbs, most of the vegetable plants. So most of the vegetable plants like rice, wheat and spinach, coriander. So these are the examples for herbs. So this is about a brief, that means a brief discussion, that means a brief important points about the three types of plants. So children, note this table in your notebook, then you can easily remember the important points about each type of plants. So if you note down this in your notebook, you can easily remember at the time of examination, and it is easy to study the three types of plants. You can easily understand the examples, their lifespan, their stem, their size. So all these points can be written in a single table like this. So children, note down this table in your notebook. This table is very helpful to you at the time of examination for easy remembering. So note down, I will give you 1 minute, note down this table.